Hey, it's Will from Willspace. I'm here at our personal training studio in downtown Manhattan, and I wanted to share with you what the number one thing we really try to focus on here is, and it's to optimize our clients' results. And the way we go about doing that is really by focusing on injury prevention. So while we're doing the strength work, while we're trying to really focus on endurance and do all those things, simultaneously, we're also focused on mobility. One of the biggest things I see when people find us is they say, look, I've been injured 1, 2, 3 times. I want to make sure that what I'm doing here is not going to injure me. And over time, that's really today what I focus on and have been focusing on over the last 6 years. In the beginning, 10 years ago, it was really about giving people the best workout, getting them to collapse and then pulling them somehow they would crawl out of here because that's what I thought was going to get them the best results. But over time, I realized what really is going to get someone the best results, number one, is doing it right from the beginning. So really being precise about your movement, doing it properly. Number two is making sure that you're not just addressing parts of the system, that you're taking a holistic approach. And the way we do that is by focusing on integrating flexibility, strength, and mobility. Because you can't have one without the other. If you focus on one and don't focus on the others, you're gonna hit the wall. Eventually, you're gonna tweak something. And that's what was happening when I first opened Willspace a little over 10 years ago. People were coming in super motivated. We were focusing on predominantly endurance training and weightlifting. And inevitably, someone would come in and say, ooh, I'm okay. I'm fine to train, but I kind of tweak something, or my shoulder kind of feels off. And what we would do is we had great relationships with different physical therapists and chiropractors and so on. So we would send people, go see this physical therapist, they'll work on you, they'll send you back. And it worked out well. People would go, they would get pressed on and elbowed a little bit, and then they would come back and we would keep the training going. So during that time, those first few years, I would get a box of oranges every December. And I would say, like, the first time I got them, like, who the heck sent me a case of oranges in the dead of winter? And I open the box, rip it open, and I'm looking, and it's a card from one of the physical therapists we used to refer people to, and they say, look, thanks for all the business. We appreciate it. We're happy to be partners. Thank you. Happy holidays. And first thing I would think is, like, what the heck am I going to do with all these oranges? And then the second thing I was like, oh, that's really nice of them. But as I dove deeper into the work, I realized, I'm like, this shouldn't be happening. People shouldn't be tweaking themselves. I just don't want that to happen anymore. So we dove down and we started to really research more gymnastics, really research flexibility protocols and mobility protocols. And we started to integrate this program that encompassed strength mobility, which is this combination of mobility and strength. You have to do them at the same time. And little by little, it changed people's results. People started to move better. They started getting better results. They had already been seeing good results, but they started getting even better results. And they weren't getting tweaked. And I was like, oh man, we're onto something. So we kept diving down. We kept introducing our clients to these things like handstands and back bends with deadlifts and squats and lunges. And then also working on mobility work for the shoulders and for the ankles and knees and hips. And come one year, December, about 5 years ago, I was looking for my oranges and they didn't come. I'm like, where are my oranges? And then I realized, wow, we're not sending people there anymore. People stopped tweaking themselves or getting injured in our hands. And that made me so jazzed. So while I missed the oranges, I was happy the reason that I stopped getting them. So if you want to dive into what we're doing with our clients here and learn a little bit more about some technique and some ideas, make sure you follow us at Willspace NYC on Instagram. Or if you live in Manhattan and you want to get some fresh ideas and really change things up, email us at itrain@willspace.com. Follow us. There are going to be more videos like this to come where we dive in a little bit deeper into the specifics. And also, leave a comment down below. Let us know what the biggest or worst injury that you've had and how that set you back. Take care.